Hello everybody, welcome back. Today, I hope you guys had a great break, by the way. Didn't mean to start without saying hello. Today we're starting Unit 5, which is forms of linear equations. And today we're going to focus on point-slope form. So, here's the thing. You need to memorize 3 forms. You already know slope-intercept, so that's one down. Point-slope is the next one. By the way, I'm working without a mouse, so this might be a little choppy. But we'll go ahead and start. So point slope looks like this. It's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And all the stuff in color, those are supposed to be numbers. So m still means slope, y1 means the y value of a point, and x1 means the x value of the same point. So what we're doing is we're actually putting a point and a slope in the equation, hence why it's called point-slope form. I know. They get so fancy with their names, don't they? Sorry, I forgot to warn you. So there's like three, four, maybe different. I don't even know. I don't have the homework in front of me. So we're gonna go over each kind of situation that you could be getting information, and we'll put all that together to create point-slope form. Okay? So example 1, we have to write an equation for a line with a slope of 1/3 and it goes through the point -4, 1. Okay? This is probably the best thing you can have to write point-slope form in, because they gave you the slope, which is 1/3, and they gave you the point -4, 1, because that means we have x1 and y1. So now that we have that, we just go ahead and stick it into the form. So here's the general form. We're putting in y1, putting in x1, and we're putting in m. Okay, so we just plug that stuff in. Ooh, let me close some things. Notice that minus sign is still there, okay? It's always a permanent minus sign in this form. All right, so if you're plugging in a positive, it's going to be y minus that number. If you're plugging in a negative, though, it's going to be x minus negative whatever the number is, okay? So keep that in mind. Oh, nope. Go back. I wanted to scroll down. See, I told you. I need a mouse. I need a mouse, man. So once I have this, I have a double negative, and I can get rid of all these parentheses that I don't need. I do need to keep these around the x's, though. So it really comes out to be y minus 1 equals 1/3 times x plus 4. It turns into a plus because I have minus a negative, which really means I'm adding. Okay? So that was the nice way. You're going to try this one on your own. Same materials given to you. They give you the slope. They give you the point. All you got to do is make a point-slope form. Okay? So pause the video, try this on your own, or come back to it at the end. We'll go over it in class for sure. Okay? Now what happens if they give you 2 points? Well, remember, for point-slope form, you need a point and a slope. You're good for the point, because you just have to pick one of the two. Doesn't matter which one. But they didn't give you a slope. Luckily, you have 2 points. That should be... So you can find the slope. Where did I do this? Did I do it right here? Yep. So, you plug in all the stuff. Same thing we did with slope. And we end up getting 5/11. So, you could, if you wanted to pick this point, 9/2, plug all the stuff in. And then just get rid of those unnecessary parentheses around the 2 and the 9. So you get y minus 2 equals 5/11 times x minus 9. Or, if you wanted to use the other point, -2, -3, you can plug in that stuff. And then the double negatives just turn into positives. So you get y plus 3 equals 5/11 times x plus 2. Both the things in the red are correct. So this one, there could be multiple answers depending on which point you pick. However, all the slopes should be the same. Alright, so these I will focus more on where you got the material from and make sure that's correct. Then it matches my answer. Okay? So now you're going to try this one on your own. They gave you 2 points, so you need to find the slope and then pick one of the points to plug in. Okay, so again, try this one on your own. Pause the video now, or you can come back to it later, and we will go over it in class. Oh, look at all this stuff I did not erase. Oh well. So we have to write an equation in point-slope form. Again, all you need is a point and a slope. So first thing we want to do is find the slope. So you could start from point to point, Or you can just start from the y-intercept, go up 1 and over 5. So my slope is 1/5. And then it looks like I picked this one. Because I have a -3 in for the y and a 5 in for the x. So I simplify it out, I get y plus 3 equals 1/5 times x minus 5. If you want to choose a different point, you can do that. Plug it all in. Y plus 5 equals 1/5 times x plus 5. Rule of thumb, it's not the best idea to pick a x or y intercept because one of these numbers, either the x1 or the y1, turns out to be 0. And then when you simplify it, it just looks like y equals something, or it becomes like 1/5 x. It doesn't have those two clear x1, y1, so it doesn't look like point slope form very much. I mean, don't get me wrong, you could do it if worst case scenario that's the only point you had. However, if there's another point, try to pick the other point. Okay? So now you're going to try this one on your own. Okay? So, like I said, I would not pick this point to be in your point slope form. I'd pick this one, which kind of limits it. So you're going to find your slope, you're going to find your point, and you're going to write it in point slope form. Okay? So try that one on your own. You can pause the video or you can come back to it. We will go over it in class. Alright, now graphing it should not be too bad because you're given this stuff. The hardest part about it is making sure you write out the point correctly. So we have y plus 4 equals -2 times x plus 5. Now, when it's plus sign, that really means the y1 is negative because it's really y minus -4. Same thing with the x, it's really x minus -5, so my point is -5, -4. My slope is just the one hanging out here, so it's -2. Now that I have my point and my slope, I go ahead and plot it. So I plot -5, -4 first, which is right here. Oh, didn't want to give me a point. Just want to give me a line. There it is. Now I need to do -2, so I can either go down 2 and to the right 1, or I could go up 2 and to the left 1, and draw my line. Okay, and this line, I'm missing arrows, so it should have some arrows. Okay? And then you guys do it on your own. See monkey do kind of thing. Yeah. So you gotta find your point, find your slope, and then plot them. Plot your point first, then use your slope to get your second point, draw a line. Okay? Oh goodness, and then there's one more. So, if you have any questions on this, we will go over it in class, as usual. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Try this one on your own. It doesn't say try on your own, but try this one on your own. Okay? So the last one, we have to write this in point slope form. So here's the issue. We're given slope intercept form. Okay? And we need to put it in point slope form. Well, luckily, we got the slope. It's -3, it's the one with the x. The only issue is that we don't have a point. Okay? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to pick an x value. I picked 1. Okay? No need to make it complicated. I'm going to pick an x value. I just don't know the y value that goes with it, so I don't have my full point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in that x value, the 1, into this equation. And then I'm going to simplify it. It's going to give me what y equals. Okay? So kind of like the function machine that we did in Unit 3. It's just I picked the x value rather than being given it. So I pick the x value, plug it in. You can pick a different number. It's totally fine. So -3 times 1 gives me -3 plus 9 ends up equaling y equals 6, which means my point is 1, 6. I can use that to create my point slope form. Y minus 6 equals -3 times x minus 1. Okay, like I said, you can pick anything for your x value. I still don't advise doing 0 because it doesn't look like point slope then. But you can plug in 10 if you want to. Why you would want to, I don't know, but you could. And then you get your y value, and that's your point. Okay? On your own, I gave you the nicer one. You just have to change the slope intercept form, which just means get y by itself and make sure it's simplified. Okay? So, that's it for your stuff. Let's see how long this video was. 10 minutes. Okay. Now it's over 10 minutes. But that's it. If you have any questions, write them down on the side of your paper. And we will go over them next class. And I'll see you then. Bye, all.